Hey, what's up guys, it's Blake, and today we're going to be going through some songs that I've recently been jamming that I really fit the vibe of fall. Fall is my favorite season, just essentially because I'm a basic white bitch, and am weak for pumpkin spice everything, so my soundtrack needs to be absolutely pristine for this lovely season. But most of this playlist is very emo oriented, so hopefully you enjoy it, and as always, the Spotify playlist is in the description below, and let's get into it. The first song on my playlist is Weak at the Knees by Have Mercy off of their album The Earth Pushed Back. This song is essentially the title track off of that record and really is the pinnacle of emotion on an incredibly emotive record. The opening acoustic intro fades so well into the electric guitars that concede it before the chorus. The two guitar tones are blended so well that it's very easy to get lost between them and not notice the change in tonality. The entire first two verses of the song set it up perfectly for the first huge chorus. If you've never seen Have Mercy live, do it just solely for this song, because when they go into the first chorus, it hits you so hard. The emotion just continues to build on itself as the song finishes, with the Weak in the Knees section which acts as the outro of the song. Brian's vocals are just so raw and filled with all this texture that it's so easy to feel it in you as well. It's a great song and one of my favorites off of what is my second favorite record of all time.
Lets you know you were drowning. The last sip of gin.
Second on the playlist is Blissth by Sorority off of their album Joy Departed. This is another really quiet song to start, but crescendos and develops really well in the latter half of it. I definitely think that the first verse of this song has the best lyricism that Sorority has to offer. There's just so many powerful metaphors that are hard to explain but make perfect sense in the context of the song. They're about a lot of drug-related topics, which is always evident in Sorority music due to Cam's struggle with addiction in the past. But the change in the song is so abrupt, and that's really where the power lays in it. I love that it comes in with this really powerful guitar solo that mimics the opening melody of the song, but much more pronounced. I just wish this song kept going with more metaphors. It kind of doesn't finish what it starts in that section. But it's one of my favorites from Sorority and one of the tracks that makes Joy Departed so special. Next up is Streets Upon Streets by Somos off of their split with Have Mercy. Somos is a great upcoming band that just put out their first album with Hopeless Records. This song is probably the most upbeat material they have. Most of their material is very similar to Blissth, but on this song in particular there's a lot of really interesting guitar composition that uses a ton of harmonics and single note rhythmic progressions. The groove that opens the song up is one of the most recognizable pieces of music I can think of. I think it's definitely Somos' best writing, and I wish there was a lot more material like this on First Day Back. Somos is definitely not for everyone though. Their vocals has a really unique vocal tone that definitely took me a while to really accept and groove with, but I enjoy a lot of their work now.
But sedation changes to panic and nausea, and breath starts to shorten.
Next up is My Heroine by Silverstein from their album Discovering the Waterfront. I've been waiting a while to eventually talk about this song because this song is really the song that got me into alternative music. I heard this song when I was about, I think 11 or 12, and it completely blew my mind. Without Discovering the Waterfront, this channel would essentially not exist, and I'd be like a completely different person. It's just really weird to think about shit like that. But not going to lie, the screaming took my 12-year-old normie self a while to get into. But the intro guitar part is so iconic. It's a song that literally everybody needs to hear at some point in their life. I can't really describe my love for this song. It's one of the few from that era of scene music that I actively still listen to and consistently jam. The acoustic version of the song is lovely as well, and I would definitely check that out too.
Every year I am brought back to the same places.
The playlist closes its first half with Wars with Friends by Pentimento from their Wrecked EP. This is my favorite Pentimento song and one of the many songs you should check out from these guys. They're a very underrated band. This was actually the first release from them when they were still unsigned and just making local music. It really speaks to the talent they have because the song is extremely powerful. My favorite part of this song is that it has no structure and is very interesting and engaging from start to finish with all these little details along the way. I love the bass break in the bridge, I love the small pinch harmonics in the guitar parts that pop out from time to time, and the raw strain in the vocals that push the song over the edge. This is another song you need to hear live because it's just mind-blowing, honestly. They rarely play it live though, but when they do, it's absolutely wild.
I can still smell the smoke in the halls of your home, hidden in your dad's cologne.
The second half of the playlist starts with Tough Luck by Nothing Nowhere, who's still an unsigned band from Massachusetts. Very unknown, they've only played like a handful of shows so far, but are currently on tour with Thrice and kind of getting out there and making a name for themselves. It's very unique music as well. It's majorly rap, but it's emotional and focuses a lot on depression and heartbreak. Most of his songs use 4 or 5 guitar parts that are layered over a drum machine style beat. When I first heard it, it was like nothing I've ever heard before. I know most people who listen to this type of music are very against rap and whatnot, but when you hear the chorus in this song, it'll completely change your mind on Nothing Nowhere. It's very emotion-inducing, and it's a really interesting combination that bridges genres really well. It's really if Have Mercy, Tyler Carter, and Kendrick Lamar had a child. It's really wild stuff. Next on the playlist is 19 by Movements off of their Outgrown Things EP. I've always really known about these guys but never really got into them until a few weeks ago where I literally saw them 3 days in a row with Have Mercy on This Wild Life. They put on a really great live show and definitely sounded the best out of the 3 bands that played each night. Movements blend spoken word and emo very well and in a really powerful way. This song is mostly about following your aspirations and not giving that up for what people expect of you in a normal life. It's not really a groundbreaking topic area, but it's really presented melodically in the chorus in a special way. My favorite line from this song is, "I'm not who you want me to be, I'm not you, I'm barely me." It really sticks with me every time I listen to the song, and that's really my best takeaway from it.
You could walk away. I am here to stay within myself.
Next we have Astray by Let It Happen from their album Cause and Effect. If you didn't guess by now, we have another very slow and very emotional emo song. It's become a really great theme on this playlist so far. This song has a really great atmospheric and spacious sound that layers the vocals and the lead guitar that comes in as the song progresses. There's so much reverb and delay in this song that it's almost overkill, but it creates a very unique sound. The only part of that reverb and delay that I think could be toned down is on the drums, but nonetheless they're a very interesting variable in the song. My favorite part about this track is definitely the layering of the vocals in the second verse with the portion that's an octave up and very emotional. I really wish they kept this going till the end of the song. It would have really created a very memorable climax in that spacious sound. If you haven't checked out Let It Happen, Cause and Effect is a really impressive record that definitely went overlooked, and I would definitely check it out. Second to last on the playlist is Not My Blood by Gates from their album Bloom and Breathe. Gates is another really cool band similar to Let It Happen that has a lot of great guitar work, which is predictably drenched in reverb. Gates' new material is very turnover influenced, but I think their older stuff, which this song falls in the category of, is much more dynamic instrumentally and really sticks out in my head and has a much more unique sound. The chorus in this one is really special in what is a very long 6-minute song filled with a lot of instrumental interludes, but every time that chorus begins, you really feel it. Shockingly, they only put 2 choruses in this song. I just really think that's a testament to their writing ability because there's so many other interesting instrumental parts and vocal elements that are equally as powerful in the song. I definitely like Bloom and Breathe more than their newest album, but would recommend checking out both for sure.
I know that I'll be with you there someday. When how's my hope? And why can't I just try? You know I'm possible.
The playlist closes with Permanent Rain by The Dangerous Summer from their album If You Could Only Keep Me Alive. This song, along with My Heroine, is another late 2000s iconic song that nearly everybody loves or at least has heard of. But I've heard this song covered by so many emo bands at local shows that it's almost ridiculous. But the intro guitar part with all the delay is so cool. One of my favorite riffs to play just because the effects are so much fun to use. The chorus is equally as memorable as that guitar part and has a whole other section of a similar delay-filled guitar line. I really wish The Dangerous Summer was still around because they made some really quality songs before they like literally imploded. But that's it for this playlist, and I really hope you guys can check out a lot of the bands on this list because there's a ton of lesser known artists on here that are really deserving of your support and Spotify plays. But definitely let me know what you think of these songs and what songs you've been listening to this fall in the comments below, and thank you for watching.